Oh,
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realnesss with 3 S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here with my lovely co-host, Jojo's in the house tonight. How are you doing today, Jojo?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. No, I'm doing fabulous.
Why?
Because I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race again. And it's a new season. It's a new season. I love new seasons because I love seeing new queens. I love seeing new people's makeup style. I love seeing people's new aesthetics. I just love fresh new seasons and falling in love with brand new queens. So what were your overall thoughts of this premiere episode of season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race?
I've got a lot of opinions. I thought the Meet the Queens was pretty incredible. I had a lot of standout queens. No one really disappointed, but the episode in general was kind of a big slap in the face, in my opinion.
Okay. I feel you. I know where you're coming from.
That twist was, I don't know. It was kind of a slap in the face. I know that Ru likes to keep it fresh and she loves her twists. And it's something that's never been done before. It's season 13. Maybe it's the unlucky number. Too bad, so sad, everyone. This is what's happening. But it really felt like she was putting them through the ringer.
Well, I think that for this premiere episode, because it's nobody went home, right? Yeah, it was to be continued. So I'm thinking what we should do is just briefly talk about the episode. I don't think we need to talk about standouts or whatever like that yet, but maybe we'll just have an overall view of what we thought of the premiere, and then maybe down later on in the week, we can do our draft picks since we now know who's the queens that we're playing with, and then we can see for the continuation to see how well our predictions go down. So what do you think about that? So we just do kind of a brief overview of our thoughts of the season so far, and then do maybe later on this week an update of our cast assessment more so. And Jonathan will be here and we can kind of be able to have a little more of a discussion. How do you feel about that?
Am I going to say no? Of course.
So I don't even need a notebook really then for this, because we're just kind of be talking about really what our feelings are here. I thought that all the queens looked gorgeous. There's some that I just thought that their makeup was amazing. They just looked beautiful, and the fact that they had auditioned several times and stuff, I was like, wow, these, I would think that some of these queens would make it first off. I really like Joey, and I thought Joey was gorge, and she lost to lips. Okay, so let's explain the twist. Do you want to explain it?
There's so much to discuss. Let's be real. The episode begins with the classic entrance of the first queen popping out. Candy looked incredible. Candy Muse. Loved her stereo. I feel like what she was wearing really told us kind of who she is as a queen. That's kind of slammed into our brain every episode. Who they are. We want to know who you are. Candy, her look, stunning. Her voice, stunning.
Her denim boombox was I was living for that boombox. Oversized.
You know I love
vibes. Pardon?
You know I love arts and crafts. I hope you made it well.
I know. You do. That's so Taurus of you. Just loving making things pretty and crafty. It's true though.
I do.
It's fine. So I definitely was excited to see Candy. She's from New York, and so I thought she was a star for sure. And then Joey J comes in, and I thought was gorgeous. I know she was getting made fun of by Candy about her red chicken feathers, but I definitely felt that she looked gorge. And then we get introduced to the frickin' twist where they need to meet RuPaul at the main stage. And I have to add that RuPaul looked gorgeous in that she looked like a black Barbie doll. That dress was just so over the top and shiny and big ruffles and big hair. I thought she looked fabulous. Did you like Ru's look?
I loved Ru's look. I think Raven does an incredible job on Ru's face. I'm not sure if Deidre is still doing Ru's hair, but it was gorgeous. Loved the shape of the dress, everything about it, impeccable. I also loved the judging panel. I liked how they separated everything. And Michelle looked beautiful with her Stacey London gray, thicker streak. she really embraced that during the pandemic. So
yes, it looks,
yeah.
I think it's great too. And I love the social distance judges as well. I thought it was, I mean, you just always want people to be, not to feel unsafe or be like, oh, wondering like, oh, you know. So the fact that they were able to put through this show, and what are you going to say?
I was going to say, I'm surprised they didn't do that like seasons earlier, because Rue's like, get away from me. Everyone stay away. I want my own space.
Maybe they didn't have a big enough table before, but now they're like, okay, we can get a big table.
Yes.
So they had to sing Call Me Maybe. And basically it was like these first two queens that come in, they have to lip sync, and then one of them is getting the pork chop.
Yes. I don't see, this is the thing. I don't necessarily think that hearing that you're getting the pork chop necessarily means that you're absolutely going home initially. I think what else would you like if you walked into the room and you think maybe the twist is we're the two girls that are fighting for the 13th spot or the 14th spot in this competition. None of that was said. So you kind of have to take all of that with a grain of salt when you don't know the mechanics of what's happening this season.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Like they're not really told what's happening. You're not being told that you're going home.
I think though that either they were told to like play it off as like, oh, you might be going home, or maybe they had leading questions in the confessionals being like, how did you feel? They're like, well, like I was so you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if they were kind of urged into believing that that's a possibility. But I guess like the fact that it was completely different than any season that they've ever seen before, most likely, or that I've ever seen before anyways, they didn't know what was going to be happening. I assumed, obviously, that it was going to be maybe a battle of the bottoms kind of thing, like versus like the people that were the top, like whatever. Like I thought that might be.
What about the verse? What about the verse?
The what?
The versatile.
Like, second verse? Like what do you mean with the song? Like I got it. Versatile.
Yeah.
I found that Joey reminds me of Brooklyn. We'll probably talk more about this because we'll do kind of the cast assessment when we go later on this week to talk about this season. Yeah. But I really liked Joey, and I thought that Joey was going to win. And
I think Candy won initially as soon as she pressed play on that stereo. For me, I was like, oh God, that's it. That's the reason. I think they both gave strong performances, though. I don't think either of them really outshone the other, but I think Candy's look, her like she was funny, she had some comedy in there. Like Rue loves to that's a part of it, right?
That's true.
I do get the Brooklyn thing with Joey. It's the wet blonde hair, 100%, and the beautiful
I
face.
love that wet blonde hair look. That could be what did it for me. Like it's the wet blonde hair look for me. You know, and I did feel near the end, it could just have been the clips that were being shown that Candy had seemingly a little bit lower energy. And at one point, I just felt that she was just kind of like, call me maybe, you know, and like it could have just been the clips to tell that story to make me be shocked that like I really thought that Joey was stronger in my eyes personally. Yeah. But
I necessarily agree with all of Rue's choices. I think there could have been some ties at some points, so it's kind of a crapshoot.
I did write down though that like I hoped at that point that they both stayed. So I guess like there was a part of me that was like, no, I don't want Joey to go when we found that Candy had won this particular lip sync.
Yeah.
Next up we had Denali, and she's Chicago's ice queen. And she's an ice skater. I thought her makeup was exceptional. And we kind of getting the gist of what's going on right now. I'm not being duped anymore because we didn't see like the mirror talk about them writing their lipstick on it. Like we didn't see anything that would denote us knowing for sure that they're going to be going home. So I kind of figured that this was going to be happening. So Denali comes in, makeup is fierce. And she was asked if she's more, well, who did she go against? Who was the other person? Oh, Lala.
It's Lala Rue.
Lala. We'll call her Lala. Lala was in like a bodysuit and a blazer. I wasn't really that impressed by her entrance look personally, and I found the finishing on the jacket was a little bit like, maybe you could have bought a jacket that had finished edges. I just didn't think that it looked as polished. And I thought that, you know, Denali's look was pretty, I thought it was fantastic.
Yes. I think her look was fantastic. Lala's white boots kind of bothered me. I wish they were a little more dramatic. Maybe if she was wearing a thigh-high boot, it would have elevated the look a little bit. And she looked gorgeous. But I mean, these queens have also been in lockdown during a pandemic, getting ready to be on Drag Race. And you can put a lot of work into the little details because they matter. And your first look, I liked the fact that she was covering up her face. That was fun. But it felt like she was kind of the figure skating coach to the star that was Denali.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I pictured. I was like, oh, she looks
Those
like her
lashes, you thought that was like, oh my God, I thought her makeup was way better.
No, I agree. I'm saying I think Lala's.
Oh, Denali was too. Absolutely. Okay. I was like, okay, this is a big difference of opinions here.
No, I think we're on the same page for this one.
Well, and I was saying, what I wrote down is like, I'm like, is she going for plain Jane here? Because like I know some queens want to look like effortless, like so female that they don't need to go over the top. I know that that's kind of can be an aesthetic sometimes, and so that's what I was kind of wondering. Like, I'm just trying to go for like real girl.
Yeah, female impersonation. I think Lala's beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong. Denali just had such an elevated drag look that initially that was just more drawn to her.
So this was the point though where I was like, okay, what is the point pork chop actually? Because they go to the main stage. You know, Rue's asking if she's more of a Tanya or a Nancy. Obviously, everyone's going to say Tanya. Who wants to be, sorry, Nancy Kerrigan, but who wants to be Nancy Kerrigan in this situation? Like, you got to be Tanya. She's that. Like, you know, did you know? Like, come on, gotta go Tanya.
Yeah, Tanya.
I haven't seen that yet, actually. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I loved it. Great movie. Margot Robbie is incredible. I just watched Bombshell too. So good.
I don't know Bombshell.
You'd love it. It's good.
I was wondering though what the pork chop actually was and what that actually meant. Yeah, I knew they weren't going home, and I do like how the bottom queens met up with other bottom queens. And in this particular one, I thought that Denali won it for sure, and she didn't. So I'm like, what are they doing here? Because like I'm never really 2 for 2 with who's going to be like leaving the lip sync. You know, did you get that one right?
No, but I think Lala did a great job. I don't think this ice skates helped Denali, and I don't
lassoing her points. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think there was more to Denali's performance than just doing flips and kicks. That stuff can be impressive, and it's an ooh la la moment. But realistically, that's what does happen during lip syncs for your lives. You do kind of throw all the, like, you don't stop doing anything. You do the flips. You let loose. You show off what you can do. I felt like she really did do that. Denali gave a great performance. Sorry, Lala gave a great performance, but I was more impressed with Denali in general.
I wasn't, but it could be because I was.
You keep thinking Lala and Denali are different people. I agree that Denali's performance was the winning performance. I just think Lala did a good job. I just don't think it was.
You're so right though, because I'm like, oh God. They danced to "When I Grow Up" by the Pussycat Dolls, which is definitely.
Who hasn't? I've done that song in drag. It's an amazing song.
You have?
Yeah, of course. That is a drag queen song. I don't know who wouldn't want to perform it, who hasn't performed it. I want to see "When You Grow Up." I want to see I want to see the experience of Friday nights at a bar dancing to that song. And Denali gave that to me.
Yes. And when are we going to do that, Jojo? For my birthday this year, I really wanted to have a 70s inspired roller skating party.
Oh, that would have been really adorable, actually.
I know. But I don't even know where a roller skating would have been open if there was one in like the city. I don't think so, but I would look for one. But I know that I can't even go for one now. Pardon?
I'm not sure if there's any roller like derby. There should be. That's a really cute.
And have like disco lights and like just be like everybody in an afro, like in their short shorts and their knee-high socks.
I like that.
Anyway, just putting that out there. That's what I wanted to do this year. But we have 3 weeks to figure out something on Zoom to do.
Yay!
Woohoo! I did write down though when Lala stays. I was like, they both better stay. And once again, I was RONG wrong. They both did not stay.
The first 4 queens really impressed me with their lip syncs. I mean, some more than others, but I don't think it was reason enough for any of them to be given the first boot.
Mm-hmm. Not at all. Not at all. And it definitely made me think personally that Rue was maybe putting the stronger queens in the bottom, so that what I'm feeling was going to be happening is that the bottom queens are going to be fighting it out to stay. That's what I was assuming was starting to happen, because we then see Denali finding Joey at the loading dock, where the pork chop loading dock. So I was like, okay, they're all going to be gathering here, and I'm sure that they're going to be fighting to stay in this game at this point. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I like the twist, but I think she wanted to have really strong performers doing that twist. You know what I mean? Like, not an obvious boot.
I think I would have preferred the episode to be. I don't even know. I would have loved for them to. I do love the classic where everyone gets to see each other and there's commentary about who knows one another and how they feel about the entrance looks. That's really important to me. I like that aspect of the show. I love watching that before the first episode. That's why I was curious, like, what's happening this year, because that hasn't been released at all. So I definitely missed that aspect of the premiere episode. And it could have been more fun to have like random names drawn to see why some people are against one another, or say, hey girls, go partner up. Everyone partners up with who they think's their bestie. One of you's going home from each pair. That
one of you's gonna get the pork chop.
Yeah,
I do. I 100% agree that I like the drama that comes from the entrances. So the first queen comes in, and then everybody comes in after each other, and you get to size them up. And there's a lot. I don't really even remember what most people were looking like. They look like, because I just didn't. Like, people say their one little line that they usually say. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these little tropes that I usually enjoy that allows me to get to know them a little bit better. I don't think I got that from a lip sync from everybody, to be fair.
I think the episode overall gave us a showcasing of each queen, which I did like, but 6 of these queens thought they were the first people to walk in the door, so their lines might have changed. We didn't get that classic experience, which I do look forward to, but obviously next episode we're going to be getting to know them a little bit more.
A little bit. Well, we will. Half of them, most likely. Next in is Simone. She's 55 from LA. I liked her Polaroid dress.
55?
I
Simone's
mean,
like 14.
4 or 5.
4 or 5 years old. Love the Polaroid dress.
5 years old. What did I write down? Oh, I felt that she had like so much body shimmer on. She just was glistening.
Like me under this light right now.
Or my cheeks right now. Listening.
Simone was stunning. Simone was someone that really stood out for me during the Meet the Queens. Love the Polaroid look. It was really a class. I'm trying to think of a supermodel that did something similar, but she can wear anything. She's kind of a clothes hanger, so it made sense that she can kind of wear like a little shift dress and have that creative outlet. I love
the model like hanging like look like
looks stunning.
Exactly, Jojo. Exactly. We have a Tamisha Mon comes in next. She says that she can't be a bitch. She's a bit of a pageant queen, and she has her own dynasty. I loved her like huge shoulder, red power suit goodness.
Yep.
Love that. Yep. And the same scenario happens. They get a little note from Rue, a little message for them to go to the main stage, and they're doing their little dance off. I believe I was duped, because Tamisha, she was like all these shoulder movements, and like she's doing like Janet Jackson stuff.
Yes.
It was so good. Like, I love, and she's just so like cool about it. Like, you know, she's just dancing, but like, it didn't look like it phased her at all. Like she was just like chilling, like doing all these moves. Did she win? No, she didn't win.
No.
And I was shocked again. I was like, what is going on? I just really enjoyed her dancing. I didn't want either of them to go anywhere, obviously, but like I thought that red suit and her like it was good. Do you agree?
I think yeah, I think she was fucking incredible. But I also think Simone sold the song really well. She was really funny. She played up the comedy of the song at times, but also like looked incredible. I think Simone's definitely going to be a fan favorite and a Rue favorite. And it was the first time that I was hoping that Rue would say, "You both stay." Like, yeah, I was hoping we would get it for that one for sure.
Oh yeah, and like they were actually dancing to one of my favorite Jen Jackson songs, "Pleasure Principle." I used to have all the Janet Jackson cassette tapes.
Yeah.
And I was a dance major, and like it had all the words in it. So like back then, like if you want the lyrics, like you get that tape out and you unfold those lyrics. So I'd be like, riding in your limousine. Like I'm like dancing. I think I even made a dance to it because I wanted to be on Star Search. And so I think I did a dance to like a jazz dance, like Step Ball Change, like Pas Beret, like to this song that I wanted to use for my audition for Star Search, but I never ended up going through the audition because the girl that I was going to do it with originally, she ended up getting onto the Mickey Mouse Club. And so do you remember, you know, that whole story, right? So so I never ended up doing it with her anymore. And then the girl that I was going to maybe do it with her after wasn't, in my opinion, the same caliber of dancer, so we never really followed through with it. But like I had like a dance coach, like making up a routine, like I was getting on Star Search.
Yeah, you were.
Right?
Good old Star Search.
Me and Beyonce would be buds. I'd be like her original backup dancer if that were the case.
Damn.
She was on around then.
Yeah, missed opportunity though.
I know. I do have to say that when people ask if you have any regret in your life, I do regret that I didn't continue my dance career because, like, I was a professional ballet dancer. Like, I competed in ballet for most of my life, and I really loved dance. And then I just got out of this restriction of like always practicing, always rehearsal. I just wanted to be free, and so I kind of gave it up and started working in bars and restaurants. And I'm not able to give that up, really. So. So yeah, this is a dancer that never got to live out her dream.
Live the dancing dream. I think my favorite Janet song is "If," and they did it during season 10's finale of Drag Race, and one of my favorite lip syncs for sure. Whenever that song comes on, I'm up and dancing.
I've actually been to 2 Janet Jackson concerts live.
One.
Really? I've been in Vegas, one in Toronto.
I don't know if it was the same one, but I got the ticket day of. For free. I'm like, I'm going. Got 2 hours? Sure. Be there.
Sure. I want one of those.
Watch.
I mean, are we ever going to have a real life concert ever again? Like, who knows?
Sad but true. We'll see.
One thing that impressed me about Tamika is that she was cast on season 12 and she was able to overcome colon cancer within that time, and then enough for her to be able to come back and compete for season 13. So definitely sending a lot of love energy towards her, and like super proud of her recovery and remission, which is amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing. So next up is Got Mick. I thought that she seems really young. She's trans, if I'm not mistaken, which she did say. A campy queen. She's kind of a spooky, kooky clown. I really liked her.
Godmick is an incredible makeup artist. She's very well known for her makeup. But I definitely think there's more to her than just a look queen. Their look was incredible this episode. Everything, it all made sense to me. And then we had Utica.
You didn't like Utica?
No, I'm not going to say I didn't like Utica because I do think Utica is really cool. I loved her explanation about the strawberry. I love mixing of patterns. I think that's awesome. But she was really nervous. And Rue even called it out on the main stage saying, like, are you nervous? I get that you're nervous because this is probably the most important day of your life. you have been here for 20 minutes and you're already lip syncing and you've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on costumes and you think that you might be the first person kicked out the first 20 minutes after waiting during a pandemic to be cast on Drag Race. I get the anxiety for sure, but the song, people have been waiting for the song for years. Rumors, Lindsay Lohan, it's been expected. We want it. We need it. And if anything, I felt like Gottmik's performance wasn't just, I didn't feel like she was winning it. I just felt like she wasn't as bad as Utica. And it was the most disappointing lip sync for me.
I didn't write down anything about the lip sync. Obviously I wrote down Utica as a kooky supermodel that falls and trips and eat her own booger. I did like that description of herself.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I did notice that I wanted to see more of Utica'S performance. So I was just curious, is she going to do something? What is she going to do? I wasn't necessarily wowed, but I always had the curiosity.
She didn't know the lips. Like, she didn't know the words at times, and it just got a little sloppy. And, you know, like when one thing falls out of place, it can kind of spiral into, I don't know. I don't want to talk poorly about them because I'm sure they were all anxious and terrified, and that was part of it too. So I hope to see Utica bounce back, and I'm sure we'll see her. I'm sure we'll see her shine much brighter in the coming weeks.
I still thought though that she did. I was more entertained by her performance though than Gottmik, but I could just be because she's so kooky that like I'm just like, what is she gonna do? Wow, you know. And so again, I was duped again and got through. Yeah, I guess I don't. You guys are probably going to win this draft this year if this is the way it's going with my picks, right?
We'll see.
We will see. So who else is next? So Rose comes out next. She's a comedy queen. She's definitely on The Voice and America's Got Talent. I love that we found out when she gets to the main stage that she's part of Jan's girl group. I love a good girl group and I love a good drag queen girl group. Like, so cute. Yep. I want them to be famous because like that's what needs to happen in this world. Why isn't there a really famous one? Like I want like a gay troupe of the Spice Girls girl group. Like give it.
Sure. Make it happen 2021. Like
right?
That's what the world needs.
Like that's what I would be doing if I was a drag queen. I'd be like, oh, like I can be in a girl group now. Perfect.
Dream come true.
Right?
Automatically split up in 3 years. It's amazing. Go on your separate ways.
Exactly. Oh my God. Like, I've always wanted to be in a girl group too. As soon as like Gem and the Holograms happened, I was like, oh, I want to be a misfit so badly.
RuPaul's girl group. Start your group in. That's perfect. Give me the spinoff.
Do it.
Girl group.
Like an oldies girl group.
Yes. Like I want. You remember watching Pop Stars and The One back in the day? Like, give me a drag version.
Yes.
Change it over and over again until season 2.
Like Girlicious, all that stuff is so like I'm down. Like, give me a competition. Maybe I was talking with Jonathan at one point when we were talking about maybe bringing Star Search to Canada or something. But maybe we need to do Pop Stars searching for the next drag superstar girl group.
I mean, Rue can gladly buy that idea.
Well, no, let's us buy this idea. Let us make this happen.
Sure. Done.
You can be like the artistic director of like their looks and oh my God. Anyways, I'm just going down this rabbit hole because, you know.
Easy to do.
Who, me? Yes, it's true. Olivia Lux is who shared the stage with Rose. Lux be a lady tonight. I thought it was a cute little play on words from Guys and Dolls. I wrote down Diana Ross and the Supremes. Why did I write that?
The long gloves, the gown, the dramatic fringe with the pony. She was stunning, like gorgeous.
Why don't I remember what she looks like right now?
The pink and yellow split dress. Stunning face, the blonde hair, the wave here, the big blonde pony. Normally,
X's and O's by King.
And normally I would think that doing a guitar solo, like an air guitar solo, would be the kiss of death on Drag Race. But I really was living the song, and I think I'm gonna be a big Rosé fan. I didn't love the way that she left the main stage, but I was kind of rooting for Olivia. I thought she was killing it. She's a brand.
Oh, her, yes. I thought she looked good.
Real good.
Yeah, I liked her look. I thought though that Rosé was going to stay, and I wrote down, I don't know what's going on here.
Is this opposite day? What?
I felt it was opposite day. I did feel like Rosé looked more polished to me.
I get that for sure, but I think Olivia also was living it. Like I believed what the words out of her mouth. I was hoping for another save because I was doing the math at this point. I'm like, okay, like how many groups? How like maybe there's like going to be 4 in the bottom, 5 in the bottom. So I wasn't sure what was happening. I thought there would be one group that had safety for both of them, and I expected it to be this one. After it wasn't, who? Simone and Tanisha.
Right.
So I expected both of them to be safe, and surprise, surprise, they weren't. One of them.
Surprise. Well, next up we have Tina that comes into the room, Tina Burner. Did you catch the Showgirls reference again? Have you seen this movie yet?
I've seen it.
Oh, who hadn't seen it? Anyways, well, I'm happy that you've seen it because I find that like, I'm just like, excuse me? Like, Showgirls is really, really, it's a movie that, it's a classic, okay?
Super camp, but it's trash and beautiful at the same time. So I'm a fan.
I've actually probably seen it at least 100 times.
Yeah, I've seen the actual version and the made-for-television version even more so.
I had it on a VHS tape and I would watch Showgirls.
It's starting to thin out because it's been played and rewound so much.
Basically. Yeah, I loved her look though. She was kind of like a firefighter, but then she's getting some shade from Kamora, who comes in, and her tagline is like, you can smell the privilege. I mean, she looked pretty good, but I was like, I don't know, she might be a problem.
Kamora looked incredible.
Yeah.
Her hair, her Bob Mackie dress, like woman walking in, woman.
She knew Tina, and then shaded Tina a little bit by calling her like, oh, like a sexy hot dog. I'm like,
she said it, not me, but red and yellow together, ketchup, mustard, it made sense.
It did make sense, but I saw the firefighter first, and now I can't unsee the hot dog.
I mean, that weird brown boots and like the brown. I didn't get that color combination in there.
I don't remember the boots. I think I just also liked Tina. I
love Tina. I thought she was amazing in this episode.
Next up is Elliot with 2 T's. I said I liked her outfit, but I don't remember her outfit right now. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Elliot. Crop top with high-waisted pants and like an 8.
Oh, I loved her look. Why were they so mad about her look? I thought she looked great. Like,
I thought she looked good. I wasn't mad about it.
It wasn't, I mean, I guess it wasn't like a showstopper being like a ball gown type thing, but like I thought like the aesthetics of it was like Peggy Bundy, like go drag.
Yeah,
it's great.
I thought it looked amazing. But I also hated that there was 3 of them.
Yeah, I did too.
I know that like it's not fair in general, like Drag Race, let's be real. But to have 3 of them, I thought, okay, well maybe 2 of them are going to be safe. Like maybe this is great for them, and then it wasn't at all.
No, it wasn't. I was pretty upset about that because I liked I'm liking the whole cast, to be honest. Like there's nobody I really like. But I definitely do not want to see any of these two go anywhere. Have you seen Beyond the Valley of the Dolls? Because Rue references it a lot, and I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay, you haven't? It's very how do we describe it? Stepford Wives, but like martinis and pills and woe is me in my lingerie in my suburban home with my rich husband. It's but it's a pretty classic film, and I don't know if it's on any streaming platforms, but it's also super gay, so it makes sense that Rue would love it.
I mean, I need to see it. I'm gonna see if I can do it before we do our cast assessment, because and like draft picks, because I do want to know. She's references it pretty much every season, and I have an idea because I feel like I've seen the cover of the movie on like the movie VHS back, but I don't think I've seen it. She's from so what I put Dated Essence Hall. Who's from that family?
Kimura.
Right. And so she has big shoes to fill. And she's like, thank God she has big feet. I was like, thank you for that. Thank you for that. They danced to Lady Marmalade,
Yeah.
Which is definitely a fun one to dance to. What did I put? I put that Burner was the best, and then Elliot, and then Kimura. I'm like, I'm finally right.
I think Tina was the best, but I think Kimura was great, like dancing in that gown. Ellie with Chuti's kind of disappointed me for someone that said that she was like Brooklyn Heights, but didn't want to say that she was like Brooklyn Heights. She's a dancer, so like, okay, like,
maybe she can't do certain things in her outfit. I don't know, but I wonder how much warning though they got that they're going to have to be doing a lip sync or a dance. I mean, I guess maybe none because the girl in the damn skates, but like, or maybe they said like, hey, like everybody's staying, but you're going to have to lip sync in whatever your costume is or outfit is.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. But I was finally right. Thank goodness. So Tina joins the winner's circle, and then we see all the other queens that won the lip sync, kind of all just kikiing together and talking about how amazing they are. So Rosé, I'm wondering if this was a beginning of a storyline that's going to be further developed down the road, being that Rosé likes Tina but doesn't think that Tina likes her, which I think is interesting. And then also though, we got back to the pork chop landing dock, and over the announcement, it was kind of like you're in an airport lobby, and it's saying like, safe travels. Basically, you're going to be giving one of your fellow queens the chop. So what this is alluding to me is they are going to be deciding who is going to be going home amongst themselves. Do you think that there's going to be just them deciding? Or do you think that there's going to be some sort of other activity or challenge where you can have a better assessment?
I mean, next week's episode is going to be an hour long. I doubt they're going to do an elimination right away. So there could be more to it than just an initial vote. But I don't know. Like, Rue could just want to get right back into all the girls meeting one another and actually starting the show. Literally starting the show with all of them. So we could be seeing a double elimination next week. I don't know. I think they're going to be voting though. They're going to be voting for one another to leave. And I think it's just going to be the bottom girls.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be the bottom girls. I'm just trying to think what would happen in the episode unless that happens in the beginning and then they have a full episode after that. Because I'm just kind of like, I don't really care to see them deliberating over queens that I have no idea what they're really capable of. And it's just going to end up being like beefs that maybe people might have, or hearing who the other queens or the other side. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know how compelling it's going to be just having them deliberate, you know?
Yeah, I don't love them being forced into conflict right away, especially when you don't know one another. And some people have been sitting in that room for 2 hours and some people just joined 5 minutes ago. So there's kind of I don't know who's in danger or how that's going to work. So I would definitely be nervous to be any of them.
Yeah. But they all get a complimentary copy of "You're a Winner, Baby." That's good, you know. Woo! And then we got the dreaded "To Be Continued." There's nothing I like less than a "To Be Continued" on an anticlimactic episode. There's no
follow.
What?
Unless there's an episode to follow, and you can watch
right after for me to care.
Yes. I can't wait 7 days.
Well, I mean, I can though. I don't know these queens, so it's just kind of like, okay, well, I guess the premiere is next week. You know what I mean?
I get
it. Because basically, what I'm impressed by is that I heard the stats were that this was the highest rated episode ever of RuPaul's Drag Race premiering. So that was pretty cool. But it's probably because A, it was New Year's Day and everybody's also home from COVID, so they have a lot more eyeballs. But I don't think it was worth it wasn't worth it to be continued.
Yeah, I would have liked just give me 2 episodes in one. It's a premiere night. I want to see more of it.
Yeah.
Give us a 3-hour premiere, Ru. We deserve it. We just survived 2020.
Yes, give it to us.
Yes. I'm happy
to get footage. Or maybe the deliberation is just like an untucked. And then you know what I mean? Like have it. Sorry?
Was there an untucked?
I don't know, actually.
Oh.
I didn't actually look, but I would imagine not, because nobody went home and then nobody I feel like the loading dock should have been the untucked and then just get to a regular episode, or I don't know. You get what I'm saying. I was not impressed by To Be Continued because I wasn't interested in anybody yet.
Yeah, I'll call Ru as soon as we're done here.
Please just say that, you know, I know you're trying to change things up, but maybe ask us first how we feel.
Take a poll.
Anybody's gonna like this. You think anybody likes this? Okay.
No.
I don't love it ever when people that have worked so hard to get on a show and they just get the axe the first day that they get there, or, you know, they didn't even get to show the looks that they put together. Like, I don't find that compelling television, to see someone's dream just snatched away from them and they had really they didn't even get into the competition yet. It happens on Big Brother all the time, where they have some stupid competition and then somebody just goes home and they never even got to play the game. I don't find that to be compelling, to see somebody's heart get broken on TV about a dream that they've been living for. I mean, I'm not going to cry over these because I don't know them, right? Don't know them.
You're one of them.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, me too.
So bad. So, Ru, I don't know if we should keep this moving forward. I didn't enjoy it that much. I do enjoy seeing all the queens. I don't mind the lip sync element to seeing what they're going to do, but I don't think I enjoyed this deliberation part.
Yeah, I would have just liked Ru to been like, okay, so out of the 7 bottom, come on back and do a group lip sync, and I'll tell you who's eliminated, and put it on her. I get that All Stars needs that twist and the drama of it all, but for these new queens, it's they're trying to just show the world who they are and not have to look like a bad person by voting someone out and feeling bad about it. It's just not a good. It's just not feel good. But at the same time, Ru doesn't have to make anything feel good. It's her own television show. She can do whatever the hell she wants.
It's true. It's true. Well, I mean, we did it. We plowed through it, but I think we got in all the content. And then in a few days, we'll come back. We'll do our draft picks and a cast assessment. We'll see if there was an untucked. So if there was, we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll go in depth more with what we maybe learn about these queens as we're going on our investigation to see who's going to be on our teams. But do you have anything you want to share with the people?
No, happy 2020, happy 2021.
Yes, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. We're down over there. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're more than halfway there, and we can't do it without you. So please help us out with that. Like this video if you like this content, and ring the bell so we can notify you when we go live or we have a new video. Love you guys. It's been a happy New Year so far. I am happy. I'm happy that Drag Race is back, but I just have to say something. I always have to say something, right?
Yeah, see you next week, folks.
See you next Monday, Sunday,
Friday. Monday,
Friday,
whatever.
Friday.
We'll see you episode Friday.
Humph. Bye.
Bye.